Give me what I want. Give me what I want. You know what I want. Give me what I want, or I'm going to continue to hurt people you love. Give me what I want. Give me what I want. You know what I want. You just don't want to give it to me. Give it to me. Give me what I want.
We're going to give you what you want.
That's not what I want.
What's up? What's up? Hey guys, AEW here. We're presenting the latest SmackDown, my wrestling and sports channel. Welcome to this Tuesday evening. Well, yeah, Tuesday evening. Just finished dinner. Yes, so this show was supposed to be yesterday, but there was some major news that was announced yesterday that I moved to yesterday. So that's why I moved the show to today. It's all about wrestling, episode 88, wrestling related content. If you were checking out my channel for the first time and you like wrestling or sports, this is a channel for you. If you like either one, this is still a channel for you, please. So for your new subscribers, if you're checking out and you're interested in my content, subscribe down below. And also make sure for new and current subscribers, make sure to leave a like or smash the like button down below. And if you think I'm good, and you're interested in sharing me out on all social media platforms, X, Threads, Instagram, Facebook, whatever you use. And also, if you want, share me out at work with your family or colleagues. Whatever. Thank you. Thank you I would really appreciate it. Okay, so welcome to episode 88 of It's All About Wrestling, a weekly review of It's All About Wrestling, where we talk about wrestling. And on this show, we're going to talk about a lot of stuff. We are going to include some stuff from yesterday's Raw. Typically, I don't do that. I used to save that for next week. But I think we're going to include yesterday's Raw into this show today. Okay, so yeah. So if you're interested in watching and joining me in comments, whatever, feel free. Okay. You know what? I forgot to put whatever. So, okay. We're going to talk about AEW Full Gear. We're going to review AEW Full Gear, the card, the pay-per-view. Also, we're going to talk about Will Ospreay signing officially with AEW. That's official. We're going to talk about a little bit of the death match between Hangman Page and Swerve Scott. So the spot where got a lot of people talking with the blood, the staples in the blood spot. We'll talk about that for sure. I think I'll give you my thoughts, and whoever comes on, it's not to give their thoughts on that with the spot with the staples in the blood. You know what spot I'm talking about. I don't know if I'm going to show it on here. Maybe I can show it on here. Okay, so yeah, we're going to go over AEW Full Gear right now, and then we'll talk about the signings, and then we'll talk about WWE stuff. We'll talk about Raw and Survivor Series stuff leading up to Survivor Series. I'll give you for Thursday. We'll give you preview predictions for Survivor Series. So a preview predictions for Survivor Series show on Thursday. So be on lookout for that. Okay, we have some matches already made for Survivor Series. Right, we already know we already know all the 10-man War Games matches. We know who the fifth partner is for Cody Rhodes' team. We know the women's War Games team. We know that. We know that who Rhea Ripley is facing. We know Carlito and Santos are going at it. We also know Miz and Gunther are going at it. And we're going to talk about that from last night and the week before. And then, like I said, Thursday. Be here for Thursday. We'll talk preview and predictions for Survivor Series. And getting closer to the new year, getting closer to Royal Rumble. And then once we get closer to Royal Rumble, we can start speculating more and more on WrestleMania, possibilities for WrestleMania matches. What's going to happen? What's going to lead into WrestleMania? So let's do it. Let's do Full Gear. Okay, AEW Full Gear. Okay, the show was fun. Okay, I'll say this: the show was fun. AEW Full Gear was fun. Really, some matches were violent. Obviously, the last man, the Texas Death Match was violent. Texas Death Match is pretty much last man standing. I would assume it's called. They don't want to call it last man standing. They just call it Texas Death Match, but it's the same match. Really, you have to be down for a 10 count. We'll get to that. We'll get to the MJF. Like, did Full Gear make Jay White look bad? Did Full Gear make Jay White look really, really bad? We'll talk about that. We'll talk, obviously. Okay. Okay. Now you can always comment, right? You can always comment your thoughts. Okay. And so let's get on with this. Full Gear. So I'm not going to talk about all the actually, I will. We have a couple title changes. Honestly, surprise title changes. But let's talk about excuse me for a sec. Let me go find that. Okay. Let's talk about Eddie Kingston. So you saw Eddie Kingston defend the Ring of Honor Championship. Who did Eddie face? I forget. I know it's. Who did Eddie? Jay Lethal. I forgot. Oh, that's a stupid on me, guys. That's bad. My bad. Okay. For the ROH World Championship. So we saw that. Saw the match. Lethal gets the loss here. So Eddie Kingston retained here by pinfall. And so yeah, so he's still champion. Eddie Kingston. We'll see what goes next with Eddie Kingston. Who's next on his list? The next challenge for Eddie Kingston's title. We'll see. And so let's go to the next match. Next match is it was Claudio versus Buddy Matthews. Claudio Castagnoli versus Buddy Matthews, two former WB guys, as you know. And it's solid. It was a solid singles match. Claudio got Buddy Matthews to tap out. A win for the Blackpool Combat Club. Next, we got the tag team title match. The Ring of Honor tag team title match. Yes, this was moved to the pre-show. It was not on the main card, but it does play into the main card. So Samoa Joe, as you know, MJF accepted Samoa Joe's help as him standing in Adam Cole's place as taking Adam Cole's place as the tag team champion with Max. Now Samoa Joe is just making sure Max is trying to be in one piece or something. Samoa Joe is just trying to. He wants the title. He wants the AEW title. That's what he wants. But here he's going to help out Max to retain those titles or whatever for Adam Cole. I don't know. Okay. So this is a Ring of Honor tag team title match, which obviously they won. There was going to be no title change here. But the story of this match, Adam Cole did come by. Surprisingly, Adam Cole's music hits. He comes by to support MJF. And Samoa Joe, but he obviously is still hurt. He was on crutches, so he couldn't really do anything, right? So he came to support his buddy MJF and Samoa Joe in that match. So as you know, MJF and Samoa Joe won. They retained. They shook hands, but that was not the story of the match. Actually, it was the afterwards, the conclusion after the match. That was really the story that plays into would play into the main event of Full Gear. So after the match, frustrated with the loss, the Gun brothers attack MJF, specifically the leg, the knee, attacked his knee. They hit They smashed his knee twice to steel chair, and then they put his knee through the top part of the steel chair. Right? And then one of the brothers goes up the turnbuckle and jumps onto the chair. So, and really damages MJF's knee, where he needs help getting backstage. And so Adam Cole had to watch because Adam Cole couldn't do anything. He was on crutches. What could he do? He couldn't do anything, right? He couldn't do anything to help his friend. What was he going to do? He saw his friend MJF, who was supposed to defend the title, right, against Jay White, the leader of the Bullet Club Gold, later at night. But he saw the Guns take him out. The Guns take out MJF, and they're all going backstage to see the hospital, the ambulance, where MJF was on the gurney and put into the ambulance, and MJF is yelling at Adam Cole, please don't tell him, defend my title, please don't tell him, don't. Pleading with Adam Cole, defend my title, do something, I don't want to lose it, or whatever, right? Begging, as he was in pain and being driven away to the hospital. As you know, he did not really go to the hospital. He probably drove to somewhere side of the street, somewhere near the arena. They really don't go to the hospitals. Remember that. I'm begging you, don't hurt me. I'm begging you to defend my title, please. I don't want to lose it here. All right. Then we get to the main show, the main card of AEW's Full Gear, and we kick it off with a 6-man tag team match. Christian Cage, Luchasaurus, and Nick Wayne taking on Sting, Adam Copeland, and Darby Allin. Now, this match was more of something that's going to continue the story between these three groups, right? This is one of those middle of the pack parts of the story, right? Every time there's a story, there's a beginning, a middle, and the end. This is just kind of the middle of it, right? This is not the conclusion. And so, really, this is more about, obviously, Christian threatening Sting that he's going to retire him, the Sting story about Sting's retirement, and Christian's retirement early, but also the Christian Edge story, Christian Adam Copeland story, that they're building AEW, and the way it's going, Edge, Copeland wants a piece of Christian so bad, but Christian's been ducking him, not trying to get involved with him, running away like a coward. And unfortunately, at the end of the match, that's what happens. They never really get physically involved. And Adam Copeland tries to go after Christian, but Christian, like a Scotland dog, one's out of the ring, one's over the guardrail, and one's through the crowd and out the arena, where Nick Wayne and Luchasaurus were the victims of Death Drop, Scorpion Death Drop, Spear, and Coffin Drop on Luchasaurus. And so, yeah, as expected, Sting, Adam Copeland, and and Darby Allin get the win here. Win here. Okay. Now we move on. We're not gonna get to the next match yet. Now we got a new segment. Now there's apparently an announcement where apparently if MJF was not able to compete, they were gonna cancel the match and just award the title to Jay White, making Jay White the official champion, even though he hasn't been he stole the title from MJF. He's been having the belt. He's not officially champion, right? He just stole it. But this would make him officially the champion. The match is canceled. MJF can't compete, so they give the belt to Jay White. So what happens is Tony Schiavone calls out Jay White. It says, due to unfortunate events, stuff like this, we have no choice. But all of a sudden, you hear Adam Cole's music hits and says, Adam Cole talked to Tony Khan, and he said he's replacing MJF in the world title match in the defend in MJF's honor of the title. And Jay White is just laughing at this, mocking Cole and all of this because well, Cole was throwing crutches, right? Throwing crutches. So he says, Typical JY stuff. He's saying, "Oh, this is gonna be easy in a minute. Oh man, what can you do? You can't stand, man. You can't even walk without these crutches. Did you hit your head? So did I make you hit your head so hard that you're still concussed or something?" Yeah. So that's what happens. So Adam Cole goes to replace MJF for the title of the AEW title that was face JY in the main event, right? So that's what happens. Then we go to the next match for the International Championship. Orange Cassidy, the champion, versus Jon Moxley. And this match was solid for 12 minutes, but it wasn't like one of the best matches. I thought this match could go better. My complaint is I thought Jon Moxley busted himself too early in this match. Personally, I think because it's a Jon Moxley match, it's gonna be blood, right? Somebody's gonna be bleeding, specifically him, and which is a regular singles match, but he has to find a way to bleed, right? So I personally think Jon Moxley got busted too early. Okay, got busted up too early. It wasn't a bad match. I actually thought Moxley was going to win here. I really did think Moxley was going to win, but that's not the case, obviously. Right? The thing is where I thought they should have, where Moxley should have got busted open is when the ring post, the ring post was revealed. And he should have hit his head there and actually start bleeding. And when the finish the match, when Orange Cassidy started to do the orange punch 5 times in a row, and would make the blood gush down faster down his face after being exposed from the exposed turnbuckle. I thought the exposed turnbuckle should be the spot where he starts to bleed on his face, and then the orange punch over and over just makes the blood even drip down even more. And then that's when Orange Cassidy gets the win, and he gets the win there. He punched him like 5 or 6 times, Orange Cassidy, and he got the win there. I did not expect it. Okay, I did not expect it, but it's a fun little match. So we'll get to the next match. And this is for the AEW's, let me rephrase it, AEW's Women's World Championship, okay? Almost a TBS championship. And this was Timeless Storm, the contender, taking on Hikaru Shida, right? Shida, 3-time champion, defending the title against Toni Storm, right? Timeless Toni Storm. And no, 1-1, whatever. And she's been really hitting off ever since Toni Storm has taken that gimmick. Timeless Toni Storm, 1920s, 1930s, black and white actress, the typical black and white actress from those days. Oh, darling, flawless, that kind of stuff, For young people, you wouldn't understand. My friend Degrassi would understand. He knows what I'm talking about. But the 1920s, 1930s, 40s, 50s starlet actress, that kind of she's been playing as a gimmick right now, and it's really hitting off. She's kind of crazy too, and her entrances are always in black and white. It's never color. She has black and white entrances. So I really do like that. Okay. Right? I really do like that. It's funny. This match was actually pretty hilarious because she's fucking hilarious, Toni Storm. She uses a shoe a lot. She tried to use a couple of shoes on Shida. She put this thing in her ass, like a metal metal guard or something in her ass where she could hide it from the referee. Okay. And what she did was she struggled a bit with it because it was struggling. She struggled to keep it there under her the tire in her ass. So she was struggling to keep it there because it was falling out. So she went to go Sheeta. Where she gonna fit off Sheeta, right? She has Sheeta on the bottom turnbuckle sitting, right? Sitting in the same position on the bottom turnbuckle. So one of her moves is running from one corner to the other corner. You have her opponent sitting down the turnbuckle on this corner like this, and then you have the other corner from this way, right? And one of her moves is running like this, right? Running like this is then turning while hitting the person down in the turnbuckle on the ass, right? That's one of their moves. So in this case, she had a metal plate under her garments in her ass, right? So she struggled to keep it in. Once she got it back in, she ran, boom, hit Sheeta in the face with the metal plate in her ass, right? And then she got the pin 1, 2, 3 over Sheeta. And like Sheeta, she also becomes a 3-time AEW's World Champion. Sheeta and Toni Storm are the only 3-time World AEW Women's Champion. And I gotta go be right back. I actually gotta go bathroom. Be right back, guys. I'm back. Sorry about that, guys. So Toni Storm, timeless Toni Storm, I should say, becomes a 3-time women's AEW's World Champion. All right? Yeah. Okay. Let's move on to the next match. Okay. And if y'all want to pop in, feel free. The next match was Becky Starks and Big Bill, the AEW's AEW's World Tag Team Champions. Becky Starks and Big Bill versus La Factory and Challengeables. I'm butchering that. Roosh and Dristico versus FTR and versus the Kings of Black, Malachi and Brody King. And this is a fatal 4-way tag team match. So 8 competitors in the ring, 2 on a team. So yeah, 4, right? So and the only way to win this match is for a team to pull down the titles after climbing the ladder. The titles are hung or hanged, whatever you want to call it, and you got to climb the ladder and you got to pull it down, right? And that's the only way you can win, right? And as I expected, I would predict. In my predictions, I did predict Ricky Starks and Big Bill to win here, and that's the case. But very violent match. But yeah, Ricky Starks and Big Bill retain. They pull down the titles, they pull down the belts, and they retain the AEW Tag Team Championship. Now we get to the TBS, the triple threat match, or three-way match for the AEW TBS Championship. This featured the champion Chris Statlander versus 2 new challengers, Julia Hart and Sky Blue. Now, this match actually surprised me a lot. This match actually surprised me a lot. Okay, really, really shocked me. Really, really shocked me because I did not expect the result. This result, honestly, I did not expect this result. So what happened is Julia Hart comes away with the title, with the AEW TBS Championship. Sky Blue was out. Chris Stanner was pinning Sky Blue. Then Julia Hart just takes out Chris Stanner and pins it down and out Sky Blue and gets the 1, 2, 3, and she wins the AEW TBS Champion. Now, I did not expect that to happen. I didn't see Sky Blue or Julia Hart as being ready to be champion. But I think everybody was shocked and surprised by that, by Julia Hart becoming champion. And in the end, she did become champion. And now Julia Hart is your AEW TBS champion. And while the House of Black may not be successful in terms of Buddy Murphy, Malachi Black, and Brody King, in terms of the men's side, on the women's side with Julia Hart, they were successful. Right? Okay. So yeah, I didn't expect that. I really did not expect that. Okay. Okay. Now we got this match. The Golden Jets, which consists of Kenny Omega and Chris Jericho versus the Young Bucks. And there's stipulations in this match, and I'm going to read them out for you. Okay. If the Golden Jets win this match, Omega and Chris Jericho, they get the number one contendership for the World Tag Team Champions, right? If they win, right, Omega and Jericho, they get the Young Bucks number one contendership for the Tag Team Championships. Now, if the Young Bucks win, the Golden Jets have to break up this band. So, but obviously that was not going to happen. That was too obvious. This was a match where was going to showcase and progress potential Young Bucks heel turn. There's talk about the backstage rumors, reports that the Young Bucks might take a little break, and this might be one of the things where might take a break and come back as heels or something like that. So yeah, so that's why it's obvious they took the loss here to continue being angry, mad, whatever, angry, mad, same thing. Disappointed, frustrated, and you can see by the end of the match after they lost, which is a pretty good match. They were going berserk. They were throwing things into the crowd, stuff like that. They're acting like wanting kids, like yeah, basically wanting kids, wanting childs, like yeah, they're acting like young bucks, not old bucks. But yeah, so this is going to progress their heel turn. This is going to continue. They're going to turn heels some in the very near future, like very near future, not long-term future, very near future. Now, what does this do for Elite? This is do for Elite going forward? I don't know, because the Elite might break up for the time being, right? Omega and Hangman might stay face and the Young Bucks go heel. I don't know, man. Okay. Now we got the match where everybody's talking about, okay? This match was a hell of a match. 30-minute match, Texas Deathmatch match, Swerve Strickland versus Hangman Page. Now, this is one of the best matches, okay? No, the one spot everybody's talking about did not really hinder this match in terms of quality and excitement, in terms of overall quality of the match. It was not, maybe it was not needed. I don't think it was needed. I think it was really disgusting and unnecessary. And this spot I'm talking to you about is the blood spot, where Hangman Page stapled his kids drawing to already busted open Swerve Scott Strickland, right? And then pulls it off to hurt him even more, and Strickland falls to the ground. Looking up this, and Hangman Page, no. Hangman Page goes underneath and serves, and as the blood's gushing out, Strickland, Hangman Page, it goes into Hangman Page's mouth. Now, I don't think that was needed. I think that's wasn't I don't think that's necessary because there's a lot of dangerous things with that. There's a lot of potential, very dangerous things. With that, you don't know what disease is. You don't know what germs, whatever the guy carries. I don't know if wrestling, if they can plan a spot like that. If you go up to somebody and say, I want to do this in a spot. You think it's okay? I don't know if they ask them, what are your medical records like? Are you sure this is okay if we do this? If we do this, are you okay? Is it okay if you're you don't have like this certain disease, a certain illness, a certain thing in your blood, right? Because right. I hope they ask them before a spot like that, because this is something you kind of need to ask and not do on the fly. I know a lot of wrestling in there's actually, obviously they plan out their matches. Sometimes wrestlers do plan out their matches beforehand, but it's also in matches. Also, they do a lot of improv in the matches too, where they come on the fly, right? You sometimes hear on the video on YouTube, you hear clips of wrestlers say drop down, hip toss, leg drop, whatever, right? Stuff like that. John Cena is very famous for. John Cena's a lot of clips of John Cena very famously saying that stuff like that out loud. To me, this is stuff that you gotta go over because if you get something, look, oh my god, Devin versus Abdullah Butcher. Now, Devin did not suck in any blood from Abdullah Butcher, but he did face Abdullah Butcher in a blood match, and he claims, or maybe he did get hepatitis C from Abdullah Butcher. So you get what I'm saying here, right? So you get what I'm saying here. But this, let me tell you, despite that spot, this match was amazing. It was violent as hell. Sir Scott gets the win here. He hits Hangman Page in the back with a cement block after Hangman Page Prince Nana through a table. Brings him hits him with a cement truck. Hangman Page managed to get 8 and 9, but then Sir Scott uses a chain to choke out Hangman Page and gets the win here. Gets the win over Hangman Page. Right? So now, before we get into the main event and Will Ospreay signing, I'll just say this: Sir Strickland, I think I've been hearing people on YouTube, on podcasts, wrestling YouTube channels, saying Sir Strickland should be the one to beat MJF for the title. And I'm thinking, after this feud with Cole, he's ready to be the title picture. I agree. I think Strickland's having a banner 2023 year, a breakout 2023 year, and I think he's ready for the main event level, and I think he's ready to be the title picture. I think he's definitely a future champion, AEW World Champion. He's certainly made a case for himself after this. Okay, the main event. So we get Jay White coming out. Adam Cole comes out. All of a sudden, you hear sirens of the ambulance, and you see MJF driving the truck. The ambulance, not a truck. And you see his knee all wrapped up, and he was limping, hobbling down to the ring. So he's come to defend the title. He says, "I'm Cole. I got this. Like Cole's like, "Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure?" Are you sure? And he's like, yeah, I got this. And this match was Jay White dominating, really exposing MJF with the knee, his apparent knee injury that he suffered in the pre-show by the guns, right? And so every time MJF tried to do a move that required his legs, which is almost is everything, it definitely did hurt his legs. It definitely did not help, despite the adrenaline going into some of his matches. The adrenaline does wear off, and it did him no favors, obviously. Jay White was cerebral in his attack, his relentless attack on MJF, specifically the leg, the knee. MJF tried even high flying moves, some other moves that required the strength of your leg. Because most of the time in any sport, strength comes from the lower body, right? Strength lower body does more than upper body, right? And obviously you can't use a leg or knee, you can't really walk. And MJF was limping a lot. I'll just tell you this. He did a great job. I'll say this. MJF did a great job of selling that injury. But I think the problem with this match, I think it went on too long. And realistically, Jay White should have won. Okay? So MJF did win. But there were times where I thought, I could see Jay White winning this. And there was times I thought Adam Cole would cost MJF the title. Now, one of those times was when Jay White took the title from Adam Cole. The referee was out. So Adam Cole held the title and Jay White wanted to use it. I thought Adam Cole was just going to give him the title, betray MJF, give Jay White the title. No, that's not the case. Jay White just grabbed it from him and hit MJF for the head with it. MJF, of course, kicked out. There was another time where MJF was out and Cole was asked, and Jay White was out, and MJF, the referee was out. MJF was asking for the diamond ring. Jay White knew this. Jay White went up to Cole and took the diamond ring. I thought Cole was just going to give the diamond ring to MJF, to Jay White, and Jay White used it on MJF, and that's going to be the final. And that's going to be the final nail in the coffin for MJF, and where Jay White becomes champion. But no, in the end, referee's out. The guns come out. They get taken out. Right? They get taken out. He knocks out Jay White with the ring, gets a 1-2-3 over Jay White. So MJF retaining the title with Cole. Cole did not betray him. The devil, who was ever pretending to be the devil, did not reveal himself. Saturday night. Yeah, the show was Saturday. Right? The show was Saturday. I almost forgot. Right? Did not reveal himself. And we'll have to wait some more until we get the reveal of the Saturday, reveal of the devil, who's ever pretending to be MJF. We'll have to get to that. And that's the show. Now, is it possibility that this match hurt Jay White's credibility? I'm going to say a little bit, because if you really think about it, Jay White should have handled MJF so easily. Okay? I'm sorry, but like this match, how long was this match? 29 minutes. This match should not be 29 minutes. Okay? When somebody has a bad knee or wobbling, despite being not real, it's despite playing is in character, right? Still, and realistic, but you still got to make it real, right? You got to still make it real. Like, come on. And now there's some jokes out there. Some jokes, not much. People are calling MJF super MJF, super Maxwell Jacob Freeman because of that. And this really hurts the credibility of Jay White. And I hope going forward, Jay White, they find a way to make him credible, because I really do think this guy is main event level talent, right? One of the top heels in AEW. I really do think here's the way. They should have done something different. There's something different to keep Jay White strong. They should not go with the injury / wrestling with the injury angle, because it really did hurt Jay White there. I don't know what idea was it, but I don't know if they thought it was going to hurt Jay White. Maybe they have another. Maybe they have plans for Jay White to keep him strong. After that, maybe they're looking back at it right now and be like, maybe that was not a bright idea, not the good idea to keep Jay White strong. Maybe they could have found another way to keep the title on MJF without hurting the credibility of Jay White. I don't know. That's me. That's just me, guys. Okay. Now we gotta talk about the signing. Will Ospreay. Will Ospreay was the major signing that Tony Khan hyped us about. I'm like, okay. Well, Ospreay's AEW Ollie, but we've seen Will Ospreay in AEW. I know he's still officially signed in New Japan, but we've seen Will Ospreay. So to me, it's not big of a signing. It's not major of a signing. If it was like Mercedes Moné, Ronda Rousey, I don't know, Randy Orton, CM Punk, somebody like that, yeah, that's huge. But Will Ospreay, I like Will Ospreay. I've seen him wrestle live. He's tremendous, one of the best talents I've seen ever wrestle live. No question about it. I'm not denying that fact. Him versus Omega is one of the best matches I ever seen live. At Forbidden Door. That was one of the best matches ever I've seen. Oh. But you know what? To me, this is not a big deal. I mean, in a sense that, CM Punk like Bryan Danielson. It's because we see him on AEW TV before. We see him against Omega. We see him against other AEW talent, Jericho. It's just him, once his New Japan deal is done, him going to AEW after New Japan. He says he won't be in AEW right away. He has to finish out his New Japan contract, which expires in a couple months. Then officially be All Elite. And he'll be free to wrestle full time for AEW, or maybe full-time be a full-time contract employee to AEW, but also AEW will let him, I guess, do outside work too. And also AEW is allowing him to reside in his country of England, which is something WWE, because we know WWE is interested in him. Why not? Obviously, one of the top talents in the world, top wrestling free agents in the world. It would be stupid not to be interested in him, right? It would be stupid. But it would be ridiculous, right? Obviously, right? But WWE has kind of a thing. If you sign with us, we kind of want you to move to the States. And it's quite clear Will Ospreay probably doesn't. It's been reported he doesn't really want to move to the States. Maybe, and I believe that's. And I also think he was very comfortable at AEW despite his limited time there, right? Because he knows the people there. And I'm sure he knows some people from WWE, but he knows the majority of the people there. A lot of people at AEW from New Japan and other, etc., etc. Maybe he feels more comfortable there. Maybe they feel he has a better use there, right? How they can use his talent, how they can use him than WWE can. And also the move, and because WWE, because he kind of have a toned down their moveset. Maybe he's afraid he's gonna be treated like Ricochet, more of a high flying machine. But the thing is, the difference between him and Ricochet, he's better on the mic than Ricochet. And I think if you did go to WWE instead of AEW, I definitely think he'd be used a lot better than Ricochet. I don't think he'd be used like Ricochet, because I think he's a better overall character than Ricochet. That's my view on that. Ospreay, but I agree he's going to AEW officially next year. Not a surprise there. Not a big signing, I guess. It was Mercedes Moné, aka Sasha Banks. Yeah, that would have been huge. If it was Ronda Rousey, it might have been huge too. But no. But that's not the case. Okay, so yeah, okay. Now we're gonna wait to Dynamite this Wednesday. See what's MJF and stuff. Now we can get off the AEW. I mean, I talked about Full Gear for about 45 minutes. It's a long ass review. I like. Now we're gonna get some basic wrestling stuff, some general wrestling stuff. So what do you want to talk about? Okay, I want to talk about Damage Control. Since I didn't do a show last week, as you know, Damage Control got larger and larger, right? 2 new members joined Damage Control. Kairi Sane after Crown Jewel, and on the SmackDown after, Asuka betraying Bianca Belair and Charlotte Flair, fishing and aligning herself with Damage Control. So we got Bayley, Dakota Kai, Io Sky, the champion, the SmackDown World Champion, whatever you want to call her, Kairi Sane, and Asuka, all Damage Control. And now at War Games, 4-on-4 Women's War Games, we're going to have Damage Control versus a team of Shotzi, Charlotte, Bianca, and Becky. Now, why is it 4-on-4? Because Dakota can't wrestle. Obviously, she's still hurt. She's still recovering from her injuries that she suffered about May or June, maybe it was July. So she can't compete in that match, obviously. But here's the thing. I think this is leading to something with Damage Control. And what I mean by like that, I think in the very next few months, weeks or months, you're gonna see some issues with Damage Control, specifically Bayley. Okay, do they really need Bayley in the group now? Do they really need Bayley? I think what they're gonna do is turn on Bayley, right? I think they're gonna push out Bayley. They're gonna find a way to push out Bayley, and because it's just making sense. It's lining up for Bayley to be the one that Damage Control turns on. Okay? That we don't need you, Bayley. We don't need you anymore. Oh, I shouldn't talk like that. Whatever. That's whatever. Oh. But, and then they'll turn on Bayley, and Bayley will come back as a babyface. Now, will Bayley come back as the hugger? Or she get her ponytail hair and have those inflatable balloons and start hugging people in the crowd again? Is she going to come back as that? I mean, that might be massively huge if she does come back as a hugger. I always said when Bayley does come back, it'll be huge. Because as a baby face, as that character, I think it would be huge. But Bayley is cutting as a heel, but to me, all signs are there for a change, a face change of Bayley. And she has been a heel for about 4 years now, so maybe it's a time for her to go face. And she's massively and I think this heel turn will definitely help her face turn, because let's be honest, as a face, when she got caught up, she wasn't used to the best of her ability, right? So I think this is a way to set up a face turn for her, and then we turn to the hugger gimmick in some capacity. Now we saw Becky Lynch is decided to help with Charlotte Flair, Bianca Belair, and Shotzi. And as you know, Charlotte and Becky don't see eye to eye. This is real and on screen. Obviously, this is not just on screen. Like I said, Becky and Charlotte don't get along anymore in real life. They used to be best friends. And then they're not anymore. And that's real. That's real. And remember 2 years ago that if it's SmackDown segment where they had to trade the belts, SmackDown title, and the SmackDown title, they had to trade the belts, if you remember, that created a bit of a disturbance backstage, a bit of an argument, a fight, where Sonya Deville was not happy with that segment either, because she was there orchestrating the segment too, and she was pissed of how it went planned, right? And she obviously, from reports, she expressed how pissed she was with that segment. But they're gonna put the personal stuff aside, and on screen, on TV, they're going to team up and try to take down Damage Control. And yes, Becky Lynch did have problems with Damage Control all the way back from when they revealed themselves at SummerSlam 2022 all the way to WrestleMania. And as we remember, Becky Lynch returned last year, the week before War Games, team up Bianca Belair's team to take on Damage Control and War Games of last year. So she's taking on the bigger advanced group of Damage Control now to fight them off, to whatever, help out Charlotte, Bianca, and Shotzi. Because you know what? They really want Becky on the card. That's why. That's what they want. They want Becky on the card. For Survivor Series, they want Becky on the card. All right? So, all right. Let's talk about Drew McIntyre's official heel turn. Now, this has been brewing for about a couple months, a heel turn from Drew. But last week, we officially got the heel turn from Drew, where Drew cost Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes the tag team championships from Judgment Day. As you know, Judgment Day and Seth Rollins and Sami Zayn were banned from ringside in that match, right? So they couldn't get involved. But they didn't say Drew, so Drew came out and cost Cody and Jey Uso the titles. And at the end of the show last week of Raw, Drew on the stage, and out comes Rhea Ripley, and Drew looks at Rhea Ripley and shakes her hand, signaling his heel turn, making his heel turn official, right? Officially, Drew McIntyre becomes a heel as of last week. And on the promo last night, that definitely did cement his heel turn. He gave good reasonings why he had a heel turn, specifically because of Jey Uso. He can't forgive Jey Uso. He can't let Jey Uso go. He can't let him what Jey Uso did to him when Jey Uso was a member of the Bloodline, and how the Bloodline made Drew McIntyre's life a living hell. 2020 for a little bit. 2022 at Clash at the Castle, where Drew McIntyre looked like he's going to take the title off Roman Reigns, but that's when Solo Sikoa came in and helped Roman retain. So he didn't forget about that, and it's clear he never forgave. He was never forgave and move on. Obviously that's why he turned heel and attacked Jey, and he wanted to hurt Jey. And his whole thing, he wants to hurt Jey. He beat Jey last night at the main event of Raw. That's because he's officially the fifth member of Judgment Day team. Now, let's get this one thing. He did not join Judgment Day as in the faction. He's just joining his team because they're facing someone he wants to destroy, and that was Jey Uso. So he's going to join faction Judgment Day's team at War Games. Now he's not going to join the faction. So let's differentiate the difference there. Team, not faction. Okay. Okay. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this War Games match. Judgment Day. It consists of War Games. You're going to have Drew McIntyre, Finn Balor, Damian Priest, Dominic Mysterio, and JD McDonald. And they're going to take on a team of Seth Rollins, Sami Zayn, Jey Uso, Cody Rhodes, and the returning Viper, Randy Orton, will be making his return after a year and a half absence, recovering from a major potential injuries. After a year and a half, making his comeback at Survivor Series, teaming up with one of his former Legacy member, Cody Rhodes. Man, that reunion is going to be lit. Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton, that union is going to be fire, man. Those two together. Now, I know what's going to happen. Cody's going to turn on Jay and they're going to have a feud at some point, but whatever. But not right now. But that just seeing Cody and Randy in the same ring again together after so many years when Cody was out. Because just remember, Cody and Randy, like when Randy went on the shelf for the first time, Cody was on the shelf too. Okay? Right? Went on the shelf. And then Cody came back in January, and Randy was still on the shelf until now. So we're gonna get the returning Randy Orton, and no, there's gonna be no CM Punk. I don't think it's gonna be a CM Punk. All right. So yeah, as Randy Orton, we're getting that. Returning. Obviously, like I said, we're gonna do preview predictions for Survivor Series this Thursday. So what else? Miz and Gunther. That was a great segment last night. Miz really passionate, and Gunther just bullying the shit out of him. Oh my god, the way Gunther was bullying shit out of him, pissing off Miz. Ah, it was a great segment. I mean, Miz is a babyface. Like in his past 2 runs as a babyface, hasn't really, captured people's interest. If you ask me, they both haven't really been that good, in my opinion. But I think they found the right guy to be the one that could get him over as a babyface. Because the way, especially that promo, the way Gunther ran at him, and the way Miz responded, and the way Gunther responded to Miz's promo, that might be a way to get people on Miz's side, people that like him, people that take him as a serious babyface, someone who could appreciate him as a babyface. What do you do like that? And I know Miz is not going to be the one that's going to dethrone Gunther at Survivor Series. I think that's obvious. I think anybody that watches wrestling could tell that Miz is not going to dethrone Gunther. But the Raw segment just made it a lot more interesting. Me was hoping Miz takes down Gunther. I know it's not going to happen, but we never know. But yeah, what a segment! I think I'm gonna go. I think that's it today, guys. Today, no wrestling weekly review. Yeah, take care, guys. Like, share, subscribe, and comment below.